Guys, Ghana is in big trouble ahead of the 2026 World Cup. With the injuries we are hearing concerning players you and I believe would make it to the World Cup squad, it is mind-blowing and mind-boggling. Trust me, some of these players might not make it in time for the World Cup, and I want us to talk about it. But before we do that, I want to talk about Semenyo first. Now, Semenyo will be playing his last game for Bournemouth against Tottenham tomorrow, Wednesday, in front of the home fans. I think that would be a final goodbye. That would be like a farewell match for Antoine, Semenyo. Now, they played earlier this season. Bournemouth won that game by 1-0. Semenyo teased Mohammed Kudus from left to right, from center. This is a game that I would have wished Mohammed Kudus and Semenyo would once again clash heads with each other and play. But guess what? Kudus is injured. And we heard he went for scanning yesterday. We are still waiting for the medical assessment and also report. But this is a sad one. I would have wished that Semenyo and Mohammed Kudus will lock horns once more before Semenyo leaves to the Etihad, to Manchester City. But then, guys, this is just, by the way, this is just, a starter, an update starter for what we're about to talk about. Now, let's talk about Ghana and why I feel scared for Ghana going to the World Cup 2026. If I tell you the number of players that you and I believe would go to the World Cup are injured, you'll be shocked. There are more than 5. Now, let me list on top of my head. Let me start listing. Tariq Lamptey is injured. You and I know if Tariq Lamptey is fit, he makes it to the World Cup. Abdul Mumin, injured. He's not playing. He has not played for a very long time for Rayo Volcano. That is the honest truth. Kamaldeen Sulemana, injured. Daniel Kofi, injured. The list goes on and on and on and on. Ernest, nuamah, Kamaldeen. Like, these are players on a good day are playing for the Black Stars. These are players that on a good day start games for Ghana. Mohammed Kudus joins the list just last weekend. And then the latest is Mohammed Salisu, because he's the center of our topic. He picks up an ACL injury on his left knee. But guess what? The game he played for Monaco, that last game, he played full 90 minutes. The injury happened in that game, but he played full 90 minutes. But I'm shocked how after the game, he picked up that kind of injury. And now we are all scared he might not make it to the World Cup. I'm most scared because this is a player who is on form this season. Under this new coach, he has been playing so well. Be it 3-back, be it 4-back, he really plays so well. And we could see that performance translate to the national team. Now, when he comes into the national team, you see that this is a different Salisu. He plays with some sort of confidence. I liked it a lot. I even started praising him and saying that, look, this is Salisu at his best. This is the Salisu we were seeing at Southampton. We were like, yes. Salisu that was defending against Cristiano Ronaldo and co in the EPL. We were like, oh, okay, this is the guy. But guess what? The injuries are becoming too much. And if you know anything about Salisu and injuries, it takes a long time for him to return from injuries. That is my problem. When he left Southampton to Monaco, he left with an injury. And when he went to Monaco, it took him a while to make his debut because he was recovering from an injury. So he did not play a lot of games in his first season. That was sad. And when we thought everything was okay, Monaco then goes on to go and sign a defender who is going to compete the same position with Salisu area from Bayern Munich. But God being so good, he started getting commanding position, started playing. But all of a sudden, he was not getting playing time again until the new coach arrived. And now he was getting playing time, playing so well. So what happened? Why this injury? Why this time? And it's an ACL injury. And I don't know why ACL injury is very common amongst our young players of late. If I want to tell you the Ghanaian players who have sustained this kind of injury, it will blow your mind. Ali Disiedu, Fatai Shahaku, these two, they sustained ACL injuries and returned, in good shape and now playing for their club side. Now, players who also sustained ACL injuries and are currently not back from injury, Ernest, Daniel Kofi, Salisu joins the list. We also have Abdul Mumin. Like, this is crazy. 4 players, ACL injuries, they are not back yet. We have 2 who have already gone through the ACL injury and they are back. This is not good. This is not looking good for Ghana. That is the honest truth. We are going to face England, Croatia, Panama. We need everyone available. This is a big tournament for us. We did not make it to the AFCON, so this is the only game that we can just hit our chest and say, we want Ghana to go as far as reaching, be it whatever round or quarterfinals. Let's just get there. But it would be difficult if we don't get our best players. Because if Salisu is not there, you and I would have advocated for Abdul Mumin. But Abdul Mumin is not back from injury. So who are we sending? You understand? Look, this is a sad one for Ghana. I wish we could, speed up time or reverse time so that some of these players will be fit for the World Cup. I'm just praying, because the way things are going and the way the injuries are piling up, I'm scared for Ghana. And once again, I want to go through the list. Tariq Lamptey, Mohammed Kudus, Kamaldeen Sulemana, Ernest, Mohammed Salisu, Abdul Mumin. Look, I think there are more. Daniel Kofi Asmeru is back, but he's not even playing because his own team are scared he's not even fit to play with the first team. This is the situation we are in now. Now, Otto Addo is doing player monitoring. So he went to visit Mohammed Kudus, and I'm sure he's going to visit other players too. But it is important that he lets these players know we are in the World Cup here. Don't go and mess up. Don't do that. Do you know what World Cup could do to your career? I'm not saying don't go and play for your club, but then it is World Cup. You know how big a deal this is for any player there is. And it's sad that most of our good players or players we know are going to start or are going to make the World Cup squad are getting injured. Why now? Look, I don't know what else to say. All I have to say is these players need to take care of themselves. They need to take care of themselves, because if in Ghana we have a problem, It's just that the World Cup qualifiers were able to go through smoothly. Now, most of the players that, look, I even forgot Thomas Partey. Partey is injured. Oh! Partey is injured. Look, if I want to go through this list, I'll always bring in players who we know will play, but they are all injured. Ghana is in big trouble. The World Cup, we might be thinking Panama might be the soft one, but we might end up getting players when they just return from injury. And trust me, when a player returns from injury, you are not going to get the player 100%. But when a player is playing before the World Cup, you know you are getting a player who is match fit and has been playing game for quite some time now. But look at these players. Sometimes they'll come back getting to the close of the season. They'll come and play 1, 2, 3 games, and then they get called up to the national team. So you see, we'll be sending players who just returned from injury to the World Cup. Some players will try to quicken the process and we'll take them to the World Cup. You are not going to get them 100%. This is where my problem is. Ghana is in a big problem for the World Cup. Let me know what you think about it. I know someone is going to say spiritual. There's nothing spiritual about it. Injuries happen in football. It's a contact sport. But then, Ghana's situation is crazy. Our best players are getting injured. From Salisu to Thomas Partey to Kudus to Ernest. Look, I'm going to end it here. Let me know your thoughts about it down below in the comments. Thanks for joining me. My name is Edem. I'll make sure to see you in the next one. Charlie, we go vibe.